Hey everyone, let's talk about the LDRS Crop and Create class from March 2025 today. This class featured the Fresh Cut Tulip Stamp and Mask Stencil set, the Fresh Cut Daisy Stamp and Mask Stencil set, and the You Are Timeless die. The LDRS creative homework was a breeze. It didn't take too long to cut all the cardstock and die cut the sentiments. All of the cutting directions were laid out very clearly in a simple list in the manual. Overall homework score for this class was 4.5 out of 5. If you want to take advantage of this class and learn how to use alcohol markers, the additional items list is potentially very expensive. The LDRS Creative listed 27 different Copic markers for these 3 cards. If you already have alcohol markers, you can make this work with what you have, no problem. That's what I did. If you do not have alcohol markers and are on a budget, Angie does include a very brief instruction on using colored pencils instead. When I say brief, I mean like 1 or 2 sentences. It was extremely brief. Everything else listed on additional supplies is very basic and most likely in the average craft room. LDRS Creative received a score of 3 out of 5 on the additional supplies needed category. Angie Hunt led the instruction on this class. She was very warm and welcoming. She gave a really detailed instruction and tips for masking and coloring with alcohol markers. The class was in no way rushed. However, I was very disappointed that she only made it through 2 of the 3 cards. And at the event closing, Scrapbooking Cards Today announced that there would not be a video for LDRS Creative card number 3 coming out to make up for Angie's lack of time management. While I was able to create the 3rd card via the instruction manual, I think it would have turned out better with the video instruction. That being said, neither myself nor my family could believe I had made the cards that came out of this class. That's how impressive the coloring and shading directions and the masking directions were. Angie's top-notch instructions for cards 1 and 2 helped carry the instruction score all the way to 3.8 out of 5. So that really tells you how amazing of an instructor she is. If missing an entire third of the manual, still lands a 3.8 on the rating system. I really love the Fresh Cut Tulip set. I was pretty upset to find out at the end of the class that the coordinating layering stencils and dies were only going to be sold as one bundle. So they're putting all the Fresh Cut Tulips and the Fresh Cut Daisies together for one set price. So at the time of the recording, the stamp and mask bundle were received in our boxes and are selling for $46.16. And then the add-on layering stencils and dies bundle is selling for $74.76. I think that's quite a bit to ask of someone who just spent hundreds of dollars to attend the event. While there was a coupon code provided to attendees, it wasn't any better than the first-time email subscriber discount. I think it would have been more reasonable to sell these items either individually or in sets based on the flowers, so the layering stencil and die for the tulips in one bundle, and then the layering stencil and die for the daisies in another. I know I'm unlikely to use the daisies as often as the tulips, so I find that the bundled price for everything altogether is just too high, so I'll have to miss out on that. Due to all the missing components for each set and the lower mid-range value of this class kit versus the other classes that were in the box, the overall perceived product value score is only a 2.5 out of 5 for this kit. The finished cards for this class are quite stunning in person, especially if you are new to masking and or coloring before the class like I was. The sentiment's very classy alternative to the You're Not Old, Your Vintage Birthday greeting. The mask layering and coloring involved on these flat cards adds to the wow factor. They really add a lot of dimension with the coloring and the masking. It's quite shocking. Overall, the completed cards are ranked as a 4 out of 5. Overall, the entire class score, everything combined, I listed for 3.6 out of 5 or 72%. I really enjoyed this class and I learned a lot. Had Angie made it through all 3 cards during the class and sold the tulip and daisy add-ons bundles, either broken up by flower or individually, this class definitely would have made it to at least a solid 4.0 rating, but very likely higher. Do you agree with my class rating? I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments section below. If you enjoyed my review, please thumbs up this video and consider subscribing. Subscriptions are free and will allow you to easily find my channel again. Additionally, I'll be posting one review video for each of the 11 classes in the Scrapbooking Cards Today March 2025 Crop and Create event. Subscribing to my channel and clicking on the bell icon will allow YouTube to notify you when I post the next video so you won't miss out. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderfully crafty day.